everyone, welcome to Triple T Thursday. That stands for Tips, Tricks, and Tutorials. Today we are doing a viewer requested video, and that is outlining the YouTube script. So I think I had done this live stream once before, and I'm totally fine with doing it again. I think if you go back and look on my channel, it is the video blueprint formula. Today we are diving into it again, YouTube scripting template. And as a bonus, because I'm so nice, it's not something you hear very often, but it is true. I am nice. I have created a blank template for you. You can go get it. It's free in the description. I think it's the top link. And so once you get in there, you just need to, you shouldn't be able to like comment it or edit it, but you should. Oh, good shake, buddy. You should be able to edit a copy or like download a copy, make a copy. I think that's what it is. Then you'll have your own version of this. So we're going to go through it together. And then I'm even going to show you one that I previously had. It's pick and choose the pieces that you want to implement into your own system if you want to. That's totally cool. If you don't want to, that's fine too. But I'm just going to try and give you some sort of tips on this. All right. So first off, very important question we need to ask. What's in your cup today, people? What's in your cup? I'm not the busiest day. I did a live stream this morning on Amazon. You guys know, taking over the world. I'm starting with Amazon, right? I'm trying. So I did a video on my Amazon live influencer page, whatever it is that you want to call it. Please follow along over there. I think there's a link for the Amazon shop in the description as well. If you go to like amazon.shop/Shelly Nathan, I think, follow because you might get notifications over there when I'm going live, and I'll be live streaming things about tech or beauty or crafting, stuff like that. But follow along over there. And then also, if you want the free download for the script that we're working on today, go get it. It's in the link down below. It's the first one, I think, in the description box. It's free. Just make yourself a copy of it. Follow along. Don't say I never did anything for you, okay? But after I did the live stream this morning, then today was day 2 of the Expand Your Reach Luria Petrucci's online summit. So I had that session. Then I was so bummed because Daryl Eves was starting to talk, and then I had to bounce real quick because I had a podcast episode to record with my friends Dane Golden, who has been on this channel, and Gwen Miller, who's also been on this channel. So I believe I put a post to that in the community post. We'll be doing that on Thursdays. And now I had just enough time to go downstairs, get some wine, and that's what's in my cup today. So it's a Chardonnay. I was saving this bottle for my mom when she's coming to visit at the end of the month. But I was like, we don't really have anything else to drink, and so at least this is cold. And then I took a sip of it and immediately was like, this is why I don't drink Chardonnay. Ugh, it's too dry. I don't like it. But what's in your cup? It's too dry. And then lastly, I'm going to ask y'all a question that are here. What do you think about a Discord server? I've always been like, I don't know if I want to do that, but I might be, well, I've had a Discord server for like 3 years just so I could save the name and everything. Thinking about actually using that instead of the Facebook group for the channel members on the squirrel level, of which I saw we had someone join. It was Dr. Elo, and you're here. So let me hit the button for that. And then we are going to go into what you actually came here for. All right. A little bit of squirrel brain stuff, but okay, let me see if I can find the new channel member. Oh, I think I might even try and think it's a green screen. We'll see, y'all. Okay, we'll see. Let's see what happens. Where is it? Where is it? Set it up now. Okay. Yes. Okay, thank you so much for bearing with me as I was trying to find the button, and now I'm fighting with my headphones on the back of my chair. But I'm so glad that, we haven't really made a big fuss about memberships, and honestly, I think you're the first one in the Shelly Squirrel level. So Dr. Elo, let me know how you feel about maybe doing Discord. It's just easier, maybe, on my phone. Voice, I think they have voice notes, right? I'm not super well in depth with the whole Discord world. I also know kicking and screaming that we have to do that for Doc's Facebook group or whatever. So you let me know what you think about that as opposed to the Facebook group that I haven't really created because you were the first member to join at that level. So you tell me what you want, okay? And we'll get there. All right. let's go into the video scripting stuff. And like I said, there's a copy of this. Go get it, and you can have it for yourself. Make yourself a copy. Like I said, you don't have to use any or all of this, whatever you want. I'm just here to help you out. And let me acknowledge everyone else that's here. James Pruitt, thank you so much for being here. Annette Portalatin, great to see you. Dr. Elo, I saw you here. Thank you. Yay. Okay, is there anyone that I missed? I think I got everybody, right? Yeah, you guys want to do? You guys want to do? You didn't do Lurie's event? James, why not? Why not? Why not? You should do it. Okay. Okay, shall we continue? The very first thing, right? You want to have a video title. An idea for a title, an idea for a thumbnail should usually be in your head before you start actually sometimes filming, scripting, whatever you want to say, okay? The channel membership, it's one of the first links in the description. It has the little firework emoji, says like, join this channel to get perks, or it should be the little join button right underneath the play window. So if you wanted to do that, feel free. And okay, so, and I'm going to also show you an example of a finished script that I did. I'm going to tell you guys, this is the exact same script template that I was using when I was working at TubeBuddy. And I tend to, and I've talked to you about this before, I tend to use bullet points or just quick cliff notes as opposed to scripting out the entire thing. You can script out the entire thing. I've just chosen not to do that. Although in the future, I might do more wordy, scripty things, do it all, and then use a teleprompter. I've been wanting to buy a teleprompter, maybe the Glide Gear, if you guys have any recommendations. I've heard the Parrot's okay, but I know Near, I can never say it, has one as well. I've been eyeing on Amazon. I think it's like $139, but sometimes there's a coupon for $30 off. So it's like $110 maybe. So I have a new iPad mini that I just purchased, and I wanted to use it as the little reflective part for the script. So I might be turning team script, or at least team bullet points, scrolling through a page in the future. We'll see. Okay, we'll see about that. So let's go ahead and create a script together. Okay, what do we think about this? Let's do it together. So is this the copied one or is this the real one? I don't know anymore. Let's do it together though. So let's come up with a video title. Someone in the chat, come up with a video topic that you think would be good, or I'll just make something up and it'll be bad. Do you guys remember? I think it was in that one. I think it was about hairbrushes. It was, I would have to go back and watch it now, but let's toss out there some ideas. And while you think about that, let me play you a song. All right, we're gonna go with the first one and the only one that was put into the chat. So it was, okay, so let's think about this here. Are we doing a comparison, like which is better? Like why glass is a better container than plastic? The benefits of drinking from glass versus plastic? Why all drinks should be drunk out of a glass instead of a plastic glass, right? We've got different ways that we can go here. So the first thing that we're gonna do is when we start thinking about title, and you might want to go through Keyword Explorer, you know, if you're using something in TubeBuddy, like how do other people like phrase this question? Is the question really about glass? Is it about glass versus plastic? So which one, or is it about people who are drinking adult libations? Is it about people who are drinking other types of libations? Okay. So once we kind of, let's just say, let's say wine. So we're going to say why wine should always be drunk out. Oopsies. You're going to see how fast or slow I don't type. Out of a glass. People aren't going to know what I mean. Okay, but you know what I mean. I would refine that later. Okay, so once we start thinking about this, you only have a few seconds in the very beginning of a video to really capture the attention of a viewer, right? So we don't want to waste it with, like I do, a 30-second intro of my music and stuff playing. But I do that specifically for a live stream because I want to make sure with a 15-second lag that there's video and audio being sent to YouTube. So I do it specifically for a purpose. That may not be the case for you, okay? But let's start thinking about a hook. Why would we want to drink wine out of a glass instead of plastic, right? So sometimes you're going to want to go the approach of telling people that they're doing something wrong. You know, it works. Okay. And then sometimes you might tease out the end of the video, right? Especially if you're like a travel vlog, or if you're, you know, some sort of event is happening and you're finally at that point and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it's happening. Whatever else it is. Okay. So we're thinking about this. What's one of the really interesting things, right? So this is where we can even make up things. It doesn't actually have to be true. Okay. But if we're looking at this and we're like, you could say, these are all not factual facts. Okay. If you're going to go out there and make this video, just know you're going to need to do your own reconnaissance and research. Okay. So you say something like 1 million people are drinking wine right now the wrong way. Something like that, right? And this entire hook or so, it should not be more than like 15-ish, 20 seconds at most, because you want to get people interested, but you don't want to suss out and lay out the entire lay of the land, right? So if you say something like 1 million people are drinking wine right now the wrong way, and you're like, but I'm going to show you how to fix it. Whatever else it is, right? You could say something like, are you one of them? Right? And then someone's going to be like, am I drinking wine the wrong way? Am I one of the millions of people doing it wrong? I'm an anarchist. I'm whatever, or like, heck yeah, whatever else it is. If you're going to use an intro screen, a bumper, or whatever you want to call it, it should be probably no more than 7 seconds. You really don't want to take the attention too much away from whatever. In the particular instance I'm talking about, there's a specific intro screen that we needed to use. And so I would put a link to it so that if I needed to get it, and I didn't have it, or I was away from, let's say, a computer and I needed to download it again, I had a direct link to it. So if you had it stored somewhere in your Google Drive or something, then as long as you have a link to it with the title of what the file or something is called, you're always going to be able to go back and be like, these are the assets that I need for my script. If this is making sense so far, or you're getting value from this, can I get a thumbs up on this video and in the chat? Okay. Thumbs up on this video, thumbs up in this chat if it is going well for you. Okay. Now, the next thing that's going to happen is you're going to come into right after your bumper screen or your intro or whatever, and then we are probably going to be meeting you maybe for the first time. One thing that I think a lot of people forget is that it's usually someone's first time seeing you, and they probably don't know about you, and they probably, sorry to break it to you, Susie, they don't care about you yet, okay? They're caring about the information that was promised from the title or the thumbnail. I'm sorry. You're not that special yet to them, okay? So you're going to come back and say, who are you and why do you matter, or why should I listen to you, right? So if you said something like, hey everyone, I'm Shelly, I'm a wine sommelier with 50 years of experience in wine tasting, and today I'm going to tell you why people are drinking wine the wrong way and how you can fix it, right? Really easy to establish. If you're a coach or someone else like that, you're going to be like, hey everyone, my name is Shelly. I'm a YouTube coach, and in my business, I've helped more than 3,000 people achieve their dreams of becoming full-time YouTubers. In today's video, we're covering blank. So sometimes, I know it sounds repetitive and some people don't like doing this, but it can be helpful to establish not only who you are, why you're credible, and what you're going to teach them, right? And in the old adage of people who used to do teaching tutorials, it would be tell them what you're going to teach them, and then tell them what you just taught them. right? There was nothing more annoying than having to be like, this is what we're going to go over. Okay, now let me teach it to you. And then you're like, in this video, you learned. And in the olden days of tutorials, that's probably a better way to do it. But today's short time spans, you really have to be able to truncate that just a little bit. And we have to try and make it concise, but still partner and pepper in some of those things, right? So you may have some people being like, why do I need to listen to you? Are you raising your hand like, I have a question? Or you're raising your hand like, holla girl, yeah, you're nailing this. Let me know. If you have a raising your hand in the audience type of thing, then yeah, spit it out. Share it with the class. What do you got? What do you got? Hello, Captain John. Also keep in mind, like I said, all of these stats are completely fictional, okay? Do not take this script and go out there thinking that it's going to be a real video or make the video and have it be a parody, and then people love telling you that you're wrong. You could have a whole bunch of people come in and be like, that's not even true. Okay, so as you're starting to think about, our video is based specifically on why you should be drinking glass or drinking out of glass, not don't drink glass. Don't do it, because it would have to be very, very hot for the glass to be in liquid format, and it would probably kill you. Okay, please don't drink glass. Don't go out there and then be like, well, Shelly told me to. I'm not going to be responsible for that. Okay, so let's start naming some benefits as to why drinking wine out of a glass is preferable than drinking glass out of plastic, right? So I'm going to have one of that BPAs are bad for you. And these are not necessarily listed in order because we can change them around as we go, but start shooting reasons at me, right? Like glass keeps wine cooler. I'm going to say most glass is see-through, so you can see when you need a refill easier. Some plastic is opaque, you know, it's a thing. It's a thing, okay? And say glass will not break in I don't know who's microwaving their wine. Not my point. Okay, not the point that I'm getting across right now. I'm gonna say the plastic taste. You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm gonna call it the Tupperware effect. Something like that, right? So here we go. We have 5 different reasons why. I have 8 here. You can have as many points as you want. You guys have ideas, any other things, let me know, okay? So now we start thinking, now that I've got my, let's say, list of 5 topics. Thank you so much, Sammy Superstar, appreciate you. What's with the face palm? What's with the face? I am making a script here, people. This is for your benefit, okay? So, again, what's the number one mistake? It's that you shouldn't be drinking out of plastic, right? Okay, so we need to be able to say that at some point. We're gonna have to introduce them to that concept, because if you don't promise on the delivery of like your hook, your title, your whatever, like people aren't gonna trust you. They're gonna know that your videos are clickbait and complete bullshit. So don't do that to people, okay? So are there any other points that you guys want to make about, you know what though, microwaving wine is not that crazy, because during Christmas time, I drink the glühwein. It's another newer thing to me, okay? But it's like the mulled red wine, and I was probably drinking some on a Thirsty Thursday Triple T show. I totally was. I know I was on some days. So would I microwave it because I'm lazy and I didn't want to put it on the stovetop because it's in a stovetop or in a crock pot? Yeah, I have microwaved wine before, so miss me with your face palm, James Pruitt. Seeking serenity. Miss me with that, okay? I've totally microwaved wine before. Okay, so let's come back to this, okay? We were stuck on the video host intro, who you are and why do you care, right? So if you said something like, I'm Shelly, a wine store owner from Seattle, Washington, and in my local business, we sell over 5,000 bottles of wine every single day. So I know a thing or two about wine. You could say, plus I drink a lot, whatever it is. Okay. Like I said, these are not true factual things. None of these are true and factual. Okay. I don't own a wine store in Seattle. I don't sell over 5,000 bottles of wine. Okay. I know nothing about wine. Wow. Every single, you know, where it's like 2 truths and a lie. It's like 3 lies and a non-truth anywhere to be found. There we go. So we're going to have a brief explanation of our video. Okay. So you can say, I know a thing or two about wine. In my experience, people who drink wine usually, I don't know. I don't know. Not that they have something in common, but usually tell me, I don't know. Tell me something that they usually is false advertising. It's all false advertising, right? At this point. Okay. In my experience, people who drink wine usually, what do they usually do? Usually know enough about wine not to make this rookie mistake, but occasionally, oops, this question comes up and I want to answer it for you. Oh, oops, where's my W? Oh, no, W. Okay. All of this is completely fake, false. You're going to become alcoholic. I'll call that plan B. Okay. So now, as we're starting to structure our video, right, we've got a few different things in mind. We already have our hook, which should be something interesting enough to grab their attention in that first 15 seconds and have them hopefully be interested in watching this video. So again, it's 1 million people are drinking wine the wrong way. Are you one of them? Here we go. Intro, bumper. Woo, here we go. Here we go. I'm Shelly, a wine store owner in Seattle, Washington. My local business sells over 5,000 bottles of wine every single day. I know a thing or two about wine, and in my experience, people who drink wine usually know enough about wine not to make this rookie mistake, but occasionally this question comes up and I want to answer it for you. What kind of glass should I drink wine out of, right? That is basically the question that we're answering. What kind of glass should you be drinking out of? Right? Here we go. We're into a video, right? You're going to change accounts. Okay. So, right? Does it sound like we have already a video starting to come together, right? Yes, we do. Now, again, if you're not someone like myself who is really into like scripting stuff out and you're really into bullet points, basically my topic points are bullet points, right? So once I have the thing flash on screen, I'm gonna be like, oh, we all know that BPAs are really bad for you, and you know that you can find them in a lot of plastic things or plastic glasses and containers, right? And you know that they can be susceptible, especially in warm heat type of environments. Whatever points you want to make about BPAs are bad for you, right? And you're gonna say like, you're gonna have little points here like temperature. It's not resistant, but you guys know what I mean, right? Something like that. You're gonna say temp resistant, and you're gonna say, again, all lies, all making this up, found in plastic more than in glass. I don't know, okay? Maybe we're gonna say something like glass is more antimicrobial. I don't know if that's true, okay? Again, lies. These are all lies. Glass is antimicrobial. None of this is true, okay? None of this is true, okay? All right? Now, we're going to move on to point 2. And this is something where I would go into like my editing software or something like that. In between point 1, point 2, something like BPAs and glassware or something, and then like point two, something title coming across the screen and be like temperature or something like that. Something that is going to signify that there's a point or break, or you've got another point that you're making, right? And typically people are only going to listen to like 3, 4, 5 at most points before you're going to need some sort of like mental break. Not mental break in a bad way, just like you can't keep pelting me with bullet points, okay? So I put it in here in the middle of like after 0.5, something like that. But that was because my list was like of 8. If you have only a top 5, you might put it after 0.3, something like that, or 0.2, something like that. One thing you also want to keep in mind, if you wanted to, in the who I am and why do I care type section, which is going to be up here, where you can say something like, hey, I'm Shelly, I'm a Seattle store wine owner, and we sell more than 5,000 types of wine every day. So if you're interested in learning about wine, make sure to hit that follow button. That way I can, bring you new wine tips every week. Wine Wednesday, whatever, set your calendars. If you wanted to do something like that in the beginning, you might be able to establish yourself and your credibility, and you're actually giving them a schedule and giving them a reason to want to subscribe. So you're saying something like, if you want to learn more about wine and you want to get weekly videos, then make sure you hit that follow bell or the follow button, okay? So you could do a little mini intro in the who are you and why do I care if you wanted to. You could also then sneak it in around 0.3, something like that in the CTA, where I'm like, pick one. Here's one, right? Is it the subscribe, is the bell? And that's where you're going to say something like, if you're finding value in this video and you want to see more of these weekly Wine Wednesday tips, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss anything. That's it. That's all you get. You don't get to like distract them with like, you get to pick like one thing, like hit the follow button is one thing, or oh my gosh, you can tell I've been on Amazon because it's the follow button over there, but it's the subscribe button here. You know what I mean, right? You guys and gals, you know what I mean? So just pick one thing. You don't get to say like, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, turn on all notifications. Like it's just one thing, and it shouldn't be more than, I should say something in here where it's like 10-second max. That's a all cap right there. 10 seconds on that one. So it's like, hey, if you're enjoying these tips so far, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of these weekly Wednesday tips coming at you. All right, so the next thing that we need to talk about is, okay, and you roll into the next one. You don't get to spend all day on that first call to action, okay? You might have had a mini one in the who am I and why do I care. You get one, like a tiny one into the middle of your points, and then you're probably going to get a couple more points, okay, down here. So we're going to say something like, glass is scientifically proven to keep wine cooler and maintains a temperature more consistently than plastic does. Like, again, all lies, okay, guys? Do not take any of this as truth, okay? This was all Dr. Elo's fault, okay? This is why this topic is here. So we're going to say something, glass is see-through most of the time, so you're always going to be able to look through the liquid amount and know that you're in need of a refill, okay? I mean, that is an absolute, that's a feature and a benefit of glass right there. We need another point. If you have crystal or glass or something like that, you can make music. And are you going to run a toast and be like, here's a ceramic, is a bad example. Are you going to like go to a toast and be like, excuse me, I'd like to make a toast on your plastic little, no. Okay. So yeah, there you go. So we're going to put another point in here for, I don't even believe in this. So we're just going to keep, don't stop believing. No one is gonna take your toast seriously when you are wrapping your knife on a plastic cup, right? Oh, it doesn't like wrapping like that? No, you leave me alone. That one's fine. All right, fine. I'll take that one. All right, and then we're going to say something like, I don't know, you guys. And say, plastic cups remind people of their college solo cup days. And we are all beyond that time in our lives. We're not playing beer pong people here. We're wine aficionados in the prime of life. Okay, here we go, right? Are we here? Are we here? All right, so now here we go. If you want, you can have like that mix, right? So we had something like this. If you're enjoying, oops, these tips about wine, tune in on Wednesdays. And oh, see, that's two things right there. So I'm going to say, hit that subscribe button to get weekly Wednesday vids. Yes. All right. Now, at the very end of it, right, you get the call to action. This is your last one. These are for the people who actually care or give a shit about you because they've made it through the end of your video, which historically we find if you can get to 50%, you're doing really well. More likely than not, you're only going to have about 30% of your audience still watching at the very end. So this is going to be for the truly invested people. Okay, so you're going to say, if you want 10 white wines that are perfect for a barbecue, watch this video. Is that even a thing? Okay. Or if you want to download the top 20 wines of Washington, download my free guide. Okay, you could have something like this. Oh, here we go. Right? See you all next Wednesday. I'm trying to be clever, okay? So it's Wednesday, Wednesday. You know what I'm saying, okay? That's actually pretty clever, actually. Good job, Shelly. All right, so now here we have our video outline, right? If we're getting value from this video, even if it's all factual, infactually correct things, can I get a thumbs up, please? Okay? You don't use Dixie cups? I do. No, I don't. I think they're red Solo cups, right? Yeah. Unless Solo is made, I think they're Solo. I don't think they're made by Dixie. So there's that. I wouldn't know because I drink my wine out of a glass. And you should too. Okay, here we go, right? So now we have the outline of our video. So once you go in to shoot your video, this is what you need to have with you, okay? Wednesday, absolutely. All right, so now we have the intro and the hook, right? Which is 1 million people are drinking wine the wrong way. Are you one of them? Ooh, we did not fulfill on the promise of this video, right? So I think in here we say this rookie mistake. Okay, so we want to say, you might even have something in the outro that needs to close the gap and close nexty. What is nexty? I've only had 3 sips, y'all. So next time someone offers you a glass of wine and you want to get all the benefits, make sure you use a glass. Or, you know, hopefully now you've learned why, you know, these are my top 5 reasons why you should always drink glass. Don't drink glass. Why you should drink your wine out of a glass. Do you agree with these points? Let me know down below. Are you a plastic lover and you think it's better? Tell me why down below. That's encouraging conversation and commenting. So that could be an alternate way of an outro or close, or you could take that out of if you don't have a particular download or a freebie that you want to guide them to, it could be a call for comment, okay? Your CTA could be that. You want to be careful to not have so many CTAs that it's going to be confusing. So it's very, my Bonnie lies over the ocean, right? It shouldn't be like stand up, sit down, turn around, throw your hands up in the air and go, woohoo. It's not that, okay? So pick something. What is it you really want to push? You want to push your email list by driving that free downloadable. Do you want to drive, subscriptions? Sure. Is it that you want to tell people if you go to your particular wine site and enter this particular coupon that they can save 10% or, whatever because they're a YouTube viewer, whatever it is, you pick that thing and then you kind of put it in there, okay? Coffee mug isn't always coffee. Absolutely correct. Glass versus ceramic mug. Don't get me started. Okay, so this is our video. Did we then promise and deliver on the video title? right? Have I convinced you, first of all, with my fake factoids that you should always be drinking wine out of a glass? If so, put a wine glass emoji. If I did not convince you, put a red stop sign emoji, okay, down below. Okay, so here's what the video is going to look like when you're filming it, right? We're going to be like, 1 million people are drinking wine the wrong way. Are you one of them? Our O's right now. So there you go. Cut. Next, you're going to go in and be like, and this is when you're filming and editing, right? You're going to film in sections. If it's sequentially, whatever else it is, film it by the points or whatever it is. Go by the last take method. You go until you're happy with the last take. Great. You move on from there into the next point. That way, when you're editing back, it should be a lot faster and easier for you as you're doing this, okay? So here we go. Hey, I'm Shelly. I'm a wine store owner from Seattle. My local business, we sell over 5,000 bottles of wine every single day, so I know a thing or two about wine. Okay, where are we? This is where I would need a teleprompter, right? I was doing it well, but first, oh wait, you guys want to be able to see it too. There we go. Okay. So what did I say? In my experience, people who drink wine usually know enough about wine not to make this rookie mistake. But occasionally this question comes up and I want to answer it for you. What kind of glass should you be drinking wine out of? And I know there are like the red wine bottle, you know, and the white wine and the champagne flutes. This is not that video, okay? If you want that video though, comment below and I'll make that video if you want to know about the different shapes of glass. Or you could actually have that be a sequential video if you were going into the next one and you were making a series. You're like, now that you know what kind of container that you should be drinking wine out of, a glass one. If you want to know about the different shapes of wine glasses and why one is better than the other, especially for champagne, red wine, and white wine, comment down below that you're ready for that video. Or if I'm good, I've already made that video and I'm going to point to it and say, go watch this video right here and I'm going to tell you about the different shapes of wine glasses. Right? That was good. Okay. So we're going to say, first of all, we always here at Shelly's Wine World, I hate myself. Here at Shelly's Wine World, we always recommend that you should be drinking your wine out of a glass container. Not container, glass, okay? And here's why. Number one, glasses versus BPAs in the plastic containers that you're drinking out of, they're temperature resistant. They release toxic chemicals into your system, which you are ingesting. No, thank you. And we don't want that. And of course, glass is antimicrobial, so it's going to be cleaner in a drinking delivery system. And it's not going to have any of that, you know what I mean, that Tupperware carryover from whatever used to be in the glass before you started drinking it, because you don't want that to interfere with whatever you're starting to drink. You have some 200-year bottle red wine. The last thing I want to taste is like last week's lasagna. No, thank you. Number two, this glass, if you're drinking from a glass, is going to be cooler than drinking from plastic. Have you ever also seen that martini glasses are chilled and stored in a refrigerator? Glass can withstand temperature changes, and you're going to be able to do things even like microwave them if you needed to, and you're not going to always be able to do that with plastic. So keep that in mind. Also, don't forget that glass is see-through, so next time you're starting to throw back a few, you're going to know when you need a refill or to open another bottle. We like that around here. Don't forget, I happen to sell wine, so if you want to see more wine and you want to get a 10% discount on your next bottle of wine, make sure you go to Shelly's Wine World and you enter in the code YouTubeFriend and you'll save 10%. Okay, next thing is going to be, okay, have we gotten somewhere with this, right? And you're like, hey, oh, I forgot I was supposed to tell you to subscribe to the channel. So next thing is you want to make sure you're drinking out of glass and not plastic, because no one is going to take your toast seriously when you stand up at some dinner and then tap your glass to a plastic solo. Are you in college? I do not think so. We've grown up and moved past those days. Let's not talk about the morning afters either. Okay, so the next thing that we want to talk about is plastic cups, right? I don't know, whatever else it is. Okay, you guys, you're going to say, if, by the way, you happen to love the red wine like I do, then if you want to know my top 10 picks for red wine that we sell at our store, make sure you download that. It's the first link in the description box. So the next time someone offers you a glass of wine, I hope you remember not to make that rookie telltale mistake of drinking it out of a plastic cup and instead insist on glassware. Okay, until next Wednesday, thank you so much for tuning in, and cheers until our next greeting. Clink. Okay, have we made a successful video? No, I do not think so. But do you guys get the point? Yes, I do hope so. Okay. Shelly's Wine World coming to a URL not anywhere near you anytime soon, okay? But that is basically the gist of the scripting process, okay? And if you like that video script, cheers to you, okay? I sold you. Awesome. Okay, now let me see if I can close this out, and I've lost my mouse. There it is. There we go. So again, you know what? I'm just going to leave all that false information in there. You can take it out when you make a copy. But you can see a general practice of what it was. Oh yeah, I was going to show you one from. I did this one specifically on the TubeBuddy channel. Here we go, right? It was making money on YouTube. This video is still up there. You can watch me sequentially go through these steps. I said, hey, my name is Shelly, right? And I said, this should be very familiar for people, right? And I said, most people dream of having an affiliate income or something like that, but I want to encourage you that AdSense is not the entire revenue pie, but it's a slice of it. So here's some other ways to encourage you to make money, right? And then I went through these different points. This is my actual video script, whatever you want to say, that I used. This is it. This is my script that I use. So, like I said, you can totally change parts. You can take out parts. You can rearrange parts. You don't have to use it at all, but I wanted to make this available to you. And if it helps, great. Anyone who's downloading it now later in this video is going to be like, this isn't true. None of this is true about wine. No, it's not true. It's an inside joke, okay? It's an inside joke. So there's that. Okay, questions that we have about Wednesday video scripting or anything like that, please let me know. I'm going to give you a second to think about it, and then I'm going to catch up on chat. So let me play you a different song. 1 second. Here we go. There we go. If you didn't know what that was, by the way, that's my podcast song, intro and outro. I've just programmed them to my Rodecaster. That way, the next time I want to record a podcast episode, which is coming back soon, I will just have the buttons here ready to go. I'm trying to make it easier on myself right now to create content. So let me see what y'all are saying. Wine Wednesday. It's a thing, y'all. It's a thing. So glass versus ceramic. Only glass. Yeah. Triple T Thursday turns into the Wine Wednesday Club. Is that new? I've never seen that before. You can prepay for memberships? Oh my, I had no idea. I've never seen that. You're the first person to use it. I gotta find a button for that. Hold on, let me find a button. And I'm gonna treat it like a super chat. That's freaking cool, man. I've never seen it. Oh wait, what is happening here? Wait. Did you super chat on top of that? You didn't have to do that. Oh no, I need a new song. I need a new song for you. You didn't have to do that. Oh, that's so nice. 1 second here. I know. Wait, let me find a new song for you. Let me bring up my music tab. I'm so sorry. I was not prepared. I was unprepared for that. do not come with me. Come to me with your wine questions, but I'll have you be buying a $5 Moscato d'Asti, being like toast of the town, and like some person who actually knows wine will be like, what is this sugar water with bubbles that you're telling people to buy? True story. One time when I was in college, and I was, as many of us do, we took a waitressing job in this little small family restaurant, and they had arranged somehow for us to visit some sort of winery, sure. Because, you know, a lot of the time the wineries or the reps for the wineries are trying to get into these restaurants and get on the menu. So they're keen to have you come by for a tasting or do private tastings for you. And so we went to their private tasting room. And what was so funny is that like they had this like $7-10 bottle like wine, which is like their wine leftovers that they just pump full of extra sugar. And my happy ass is like, oh my God, this is yummy. Thank you so much. And then they were like, okay, so now we're going to open up. No lie. They were like, this is this 30-year bottle, special $200 a bottle, something type wine. It's very special vintage, blah, blah, blah. And I will say, I'm not as cultured in wine, especially, you know, at the age of 21, 22, whatever I was. And I was like, this is disgusting. It's gross. Why would people drink this? And that was their most expensive wine. And of course, their garbage wine, right? I'm sitting there with like, oh my God, yummy. And they're like, you can tell this isn't our best wine. And I was like, I think it's delicious. So I am not the person for you to take your advice from when it comes to any of those. And just keep in mind that the entire script and the formula that I gave you, if you're looking at it, none of it is factually correct. Okay, none of that is correct. Communication coach Alex Lyons. I had heard the rumors about the dancing for super chats, but I've not seen it for myself. It is true. We do it. Let me show you what it looks like. We have two things. If there's a super chat, we have a super chat little overlay. But if there's an additional thing that is extra special, I put on the dancing bubbles, and then we pick a song. Here we go. Oh, what a large face. Oh, you're so fun. You know what's so funny about that, though, is this is the second person this week. It could be the same person. Bless your heart. The same person on Pinterest came and were like, your face is too large for your head. Or it was like, your eyes are too large for your head, which is like, that is a new one because usually my eyes are not considered large. So I was like, wow. So that was the overlay. And if you want, we can even do a dance demonstration. Let's go ahead and do that. And just for Alex, because I appreciate you for being here. I was thinking of you today, actually, because I was doing a speech over on Luria's channel with Dean Nimmin, and we were talking about YouTube and speaking. And I was like, the last conference I was at was People of Video, and I was actually thinking about you literally today. So that just happened a couple hours ago. Let's play a song. And I'll show you the bubbles. That's what that looks like. It's so much fun when people are, yes, coming through. Yeah, was that not super fun? Pearl Ring, thank you so much. If you are my favorite confused fan over on Pinterest, I welcome you to the YouTube family. Unfortunately, you're just not going to see your comments show up. But no, I appreciate you for the view. Thank you so much for being here. Well, okay, I'm going to show you the video script that we just came up with today. We've been talking about how to script a YouTube video, and we made up a complete video outline on a completely anti-factual set of parameters. If you wanted this, I don't know why you would want it, but you can download it and download a copy of it. It's a free template for you on how to script a YouTube video. Feel free to use or ignore at your leisure, okay? This is here for you. We were talking about Shelly's Wine World and Wednesdays, and why you should subscribe to our channel. And always be drinking your wine from a wine glass instead of a wine plastic cup. There's a sneak preview that into that, so you just happen to come in at a fun time. You can buy plastic wine cups too. Now, we could even, conversely, we could go in the next week and we could be like, why drinking wine from a plastic wine cup might be preferable, right? And you're like, I like the nostalgia of my red Solo cups. And how about something like this? If you happen to have a boat or something like that, we have a lot of these plastic silicone type glasses that make it so that you don't have any glass or flying pieces that actually go into a boat or break and shatter and stuff like that. So that was something, or like if you're drinking on a dock or something like that, which is already a little unstable, you wouldn't have and risk as much chance of the glass breaking. It's disposable, you can throw it away, or it's recyclable if you're into, that kind of thing. And so you could make some counter arguments if you wanted to, and you could be more controversial the next week and be like, why I was wrong about everything, and I'll always be drinking out of a red Solo cup, and it's better for the environment, whatever. You can make a whole video. Now you have the scripting outline to do so. Although your viewers will call you flip-floppers. Okay, so there's that. Any other questions that you guys have about the scripting process? Tech King Mike, hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. I was seeing you on the Twitters, and I was thinking about you because I sent you a link to a video, not to be all like, check out my videos, but when you were saying like, hey, I need to create a website, I was like, dude, I literally was just telling people about that, and we did a live stream last Wednesday about it. So if you want to see that, the rundown was buy your domain through Google or something, you get the free Whois protection. You can do Google site, or you can do a Google Blogger site and hook it up, and it's free and included. So you don't actually have to pay additional for hosting. So if you're just looking for a cheap way to make a site, you could do that. And in fact, if you want to see what that site looks like, I'll show you 2 different sites. Not that you asked, you just said hello. This is my bad. This is one of my sites. So this is like Cricut Crafter. This is a free Google site in a builder. So I was able to link this. I was able to create like these resources. We'll have like an Amazon list, or I can send them to my YouTube channel for crafting. I've created a couple of different things that you can download off of Etsy. So you could go, and I have these things that you can click on, and it will take you to my Etsy shop. So for a free site, this isn't that bad, right? It looks decent. I'm not saying it looks good, but I'm saying it looks decent. So there's that. So if you're so inclined, definitely check that out. No pressure though. Okay. Pearl can't handle Shelly, right? There are very few that can. Kudos to my husband for being able to put up with me. Okay. So welcome though. Thank you. Sorry. I just meant to say hi. Hi. Any other questions that we have about the video scripting process? You have a Cricut? Okay. Is it the Maker? Or is it the Explorer? I have the Explorer too, and I wish that I had the Maker. What do you make on your Cricut, first of all? And just for funsies, what's funny is my husband had copied the Tesla logo, and we created it, and then we put it and cut it out in vinyl, and we put it on our electric lawnmower. So he would tell people that it was a Tesla electric lawnmower. He was just kidding. It was just for fun. But it was hilarious. I thought it was so funny because, everything electric. And then we also used it once because our friends who are Italian, and we went to their wedding over in Italy, and they just happened to meet here. And they had a baby shower. And so we, in vinyl, did Bambino, and then cut out the letters and put it on. And that's the entirety of the last 3 years that we used it. And so it's been sitting on the shelf until I started using it. But you have the Explorer too. Oh, that's the exact same one I have. Oh, that's the exact same one I have. So I have the Explorer 2. And in fact, the mint background color for the website is that mint green color. I did that specifically because it's kind of homage to my Explorer 2 cutter that I have as well. She makes shirts? Yeah, I was thinking about, I don't know if I told you last week, but I'm going to make a shirt, the hashtag very Asian, and I was going to wear that. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but there was a news reporter, and she used to work here in Seattle as well. And she went, it's somewhere, Michigan, Missouri, somewhere. I'm not sure exactly. Okay, don't quote me on that. But she said she had a news thing where she was talking about some of the more traditional foods that sometimes people eat around New Year's. And she was saying, like, you know, there was like black-eyed peas and what they signify, and, you know, like, I don't know, corn or something, and why it's good. And then she said something like, oh, on New Year's, I ate dumplings because that's what a lot of Korean people do. And then there was a voicemail from a viewer that called in and said, yeah, your Asian news anchor was talking about the foods that she eats on New Year's, and I just didn't appreciate that, because if it was a white person talking about white people food, that wouldn't be okay, so it's not okay for the Asian one, so she should just keep her Korean to herself. It was just like, sorry, but it's just like, it annoyed me, and I was just like, what? And she said something like, it was like, she was just being very Asian, and like the voicemail is, let's say, a minute, and like what the lady had included was probably like a 5-second, like nothing. And it was just so ironic that this lady was so offended. She needed to call in and just be like, she can keep her Korean to herself. And I was just like, so I was thinking the trending hashtag was very Asian. And so I was thinking of doing very Asian and putting that on a shirt and wearing it next week. I was going to do it today. I just ran out of time. But just FYI, that's what I was going to put on my shirt. And that's the story behind that. So she makes shirts too. So that's really awesome. And the creepy lady that called, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Whew. Right? So I just thought that was a really interesting, what a time to be alive, right? Okay, so I've blabbered on enough. Hopefully you guys get the video scripting thing. Dr. Elo and whatnot, people, I will put a community post. I don't know, what's the best way to get in touch with you to give you the Discord link? Because if you want to do Discord, yeah, let's do it. I think I had set up a couple of channels. Let's set that up. And I think we'll have it, anyone can join the Discord, but then there'll be a couple of locked channels, I think, for like the squirrel members. You know what I mean? Or maybe there would need to be two, right? One for the, sorry guys, we're thinking out loud here. One for the Shelly Squirrels and one for Shelly Squad, right? I don't know. Dr. Elo, you can tell me what you want. I don't know, okay? But we'll do whatever you want, since you're the first one since you're the first one to join that level, okay? All right, so I will see you next, not Wednesday, but Triple T Thirsty Thursday, if you will, and we'll have another video. I'll hopefully be wearing my very Asian shirt then, okay? And if you want to come back and see me, make sure you follow along, hit that subscribe, and if you want to follow me on Amazon too, please do so, okay? And I will see you all next week. Thanks, everyone. Have a great one. Bye.